just showing some respect. Alright guys, Rich here, Yorkshire, just 100, or not. So basically maybe a thanks to David Jackson, RC Cars. Yeah, I've been talking with Dave. Cheers pal. Yeah, and I was chatting to him about the trophy. He's got the Pulse. I got a good deal on it, so I went for it. So yeah, obviously you've just seen me in the woods. I'm back at home. I haven't touched it since I got back home, so this is its state that it's in. And it ain't too bad, to be fair. I haven't had the lid off since I come back, so I've got no idea what conditions it's inside. My arse savers worked really well. Yes, you can approach me on the name all you like, but that is what they're called, arse savers. It even says so, arse savers. So I just knocked one off when I put it in the car, so well, I'll have to reattach it. I only used sticky stuff, but they really should have been screwed on, but I didn't really fancy drilling into the arms and putting screws in until I was 100% with it. So my little issues with it. What did I have issues with it? If you're not new to nitro, if you're new to nitros, you'd have been probably taking it back and moaning and blah blah blah, but you buy these new and they're never ready to run. And yeah, you don't know how long they've been sat in the warehouse or wherever, and while they're sat in the warehouse they can gather little issues, which I found out. Sorry, I'm trying to get the top off. And I did go through some the deep puddle where I did the trail video with the Tundra in the truck, and we went through the puddles. I went through the same puddle with this, just basically because it's supposed to be fully waterproof, so I tested that out, and yeah, it's been fine. But what I was my issues were obviously with it being sat in a shop or a factory or wherever. My pull cord, the bearing for the pull cord, one-way bearing, had seized up, and it worked, and I got it firing first time, and just let a tank run through it really, and fine, great. I was going to go for it tune up, just thought I'd turn it off, let it cool down. Went to try start it again, and there was just nothing on the one-way bearing. So instead of messing about, just took it straight back to Otley Model Sport. He knew exactly what it was. Popped it out, put me a new one in, put me a new glow plug in, set it all up for me, and great. So banged another tank of fuel through it, into it. I took it to the bash course that I showed you at, and oh, the daughter peeps, so the eldest one. But right, as I was saying, what was I saying? Yeah, I took it to the bash course yesterday. I just run a few tanks through it, you know, basically, and I acquired the old issues, and the issues were this was already pre-fitted, obviously, because it was supposed to be ready to run. What I found, I ran it with the shell off, and what I found was everything was fine. It was great, performed brilliantly. But I was only breaking it in, or semi-breaking it in, because I know Model Sport did break it in for me. They told me before I collected it. I found when I popped the old lid on here, and everything seemed okay when I popped the old lid on and tickled the throttle and drove just about a quarter of the way around the course, and then I got a runaway. It just ran off on me. I couldn't stop it, I couldn't do anything with it. I was like, ah, bomb. I don't think I like this radio. That was my first opinion. And what it happened to be is this L-piece here on the carburettor, the tubing on the L-piece, and it's a bit shorter one way than it is the other, so it's longer one way and shorter. It had been put on wrong, so it was literally down here, and when you went for throttle, it literally stopped you. It basically held the throttle open, and I couldn't stop it. Couldn't stop it at all. So I had to run away, and it ran into bushes. Thankfully, got it back. Couldn't understand why for ages. When I took the shell off, fine. When I put the shell on, wasn't fine. It was like I'd lost radio. I just couldn't figure it out. And I'm quite good with that nitros, but yeah, I just had a memory loss. I don't know, because obviously when you took the shell off, it worked, and obviously this was the issue. So just be warned when you do get these that that's right, because that could have been an expensive do if you had a brick wall around. And apart from the pull cord issue to begin with, the roller bearing, the one-way bearing, just basically seizing up, because it had been sat in storage for a while. That's all that was due down to. But apart from the rest of the car has been great. No problems at all, apart from that silly little issue. So there you go. So my air savers have worked pretty well, kept most of the crap off the back, but yeah, I did put my own covering on bottom, but that didn't work quite well, as it thought it might. But anyway, peeps, that's my HPI, that's my little views on it. Great car, absolutely love it. Speed wise, that'll blow it into pieces. If it was a race, that's going to win hands down. I don't matter what nitro you've got, that is just out of this world super quick. Drag race, yeah, I'll go with that. But as for bashing stability, that's brilliant, and that hasn't been so bad. I've had a few spares that I've had to dig back into and fix, but she's still going, so winner. Right, so that's pretty much from me and the HPI Trophy 3.0. Any other issues that occur, I'll sure to post them up. And yeah, anyway, guys, got any thoughts on how I set the shockers on this for jumping? Because I find it wants to nosedive a little bit. That'll be great, because I know nothing, to be fair. I just deal with these mainly. So from me, Rich, Yorkshire, signing out. Peace.